What's up guys, it's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build a video, and today we're going to be talking about the contest of mayors. There's a couple of things that I want to update you guys on, and one of the things is why this is so important, on why you should not do this particular mistake, and that is when you guys are looking at opportunity versus risk versus reward, all that stuff, you got to pay attention to not just what could happen for the better, but what could happen for the worse. And so with a lot of you guys, it seems like a lot of you guys are like, oh, but it could open up a better task, or oh, this could happen, or whatever, or oh, I didn't want to be idle. But then you're not looking at like the problem that you're opening up as well. So you have to look at risk. And for a lot of you, I almost never hear people say what the risk is, only what the reward is. And it's something that I didn't really notice until now. But now when I'm looking back on it, I realize that 90% of the people that I talk to, very, very rarely do they list the bad from what their choices could have happen. And so that's why I'm doing this video. So this person is in my training course, and the beginning of her list, she got 2 3K tasks here. Okay, so the first one would be the work hard disaster upgrade, right? So she does that, and then she gets a 1K upgrade. Now, before we talk about the obvious choice here, let's do a task assessment. Every time that you start off the contest of mayors, you're going to look at your task list and you're going to get everything assessed. A lot of people, they see the 3K task and they immediately go to work. You need to pump the brakes for a second and analyze your full list before making any selection. We already know, yes, what the obvious choice is, but we still need to get the other things prepped or figured out for the time being. So you want to look at everything. The very first thing is, okay, the work hard upgrade. That's obvious, right? Okay. Then we've got the deliveries to London. So then you would go straight to your airport. You would check, see like, is it there? What do I need? Is it something I need to pay for? Get that being thought about. Then she's got the city expansion. Okay, so we know that dozer's going to be needed. She's got the monster, so we know that, okay, that's out. Perfect. She's not going to have to do the monster for the duration of the contest because you never touch it if it's worth 2,000 points or below 2,000 points. You only do it if it's worth 2,000 points or higher. Then she's got the launch specific war attack. So that in particular is going to need done within the first round of war. So we do 2 rounds of war. There's no way that she's going to have better options for that long to where this particular task is going to need done in the second round of war. So she needs to get the items going for that. Then she's got the chems and the textiles that are really low value. Well, this is excellent because now she can cross both of these off her prep list and start prepping for something else. She's got an 1,100 points coin task, which is a last resort rotatable task. So, she can leave something in her depot uncollected or taxes or whatever. That's an easy task. Then she's got flour. Now, flour is pretty low and it's pretty quick to make. So whatever she has prepped in her barn, she should leave there instead of starting the flour because it's only 7 flour and, it can be done quick. It doesn't make sense to clear out, 12 hours or whatever of melon to prep for something of that low value this early on, right? Then she's got the epic points for 800 and the regular residential upgrade for 800. So the epic points for 800 she should not touch at all unless she is prepared to do back-to-back epic assignments. When you do an assignment of low value, you increase the odds of it coming back worth a higher value, thereby forcing you to do it. So that is where the risk would lie here, right? Okay, so right now she's got 3, 4, 5, 6. She's got the repair. She's got several tasks that are not only main tasks but rotatable, right? So now that we've done the task assessment, she went ahead and she did the war card upgrade for 3,000. Okay, then she gets the 1,000 London building. Well, this is perfect because it's low. Now it sucks that she got an upgrade, but at least it's a low value, right? Then she's got the 3,000 London deliveries. So this is obviously her next choice. So she does the 3,000 London deliveries and she gets a 1,400 glass. Now, what we're noticing here is she's got 3 factory productions, all of really low value. So right now we're going to hold off on the glass and hopefully she has feed prepped and we'll see what happens. Okay, so right now what would be her next plan of attack here? What would be her next choice? Well, if she doesn't have enough dozer, then the next choice would be the launch war attack. That needs to get done before this round of war is over anyways, and it's worth the highest amount of points considering what her other options are. So if she doesn't want to be idle while she's looking for dozer, and we already know the dozer's going to come right back. Even if she clears it, it's going to come right back. So that's not really opening up opportunity. It's more or less just kind of like a quick 2,000 points, right? So what we're looking to do here is open up opportunity. And by doing the dozer, that doesn't open up an opportunity really. So what would open up opportunity here? That would be the launch war attack. So she did not do the launch war attack. She waited until she found the dozer and she did the dozer. Okay, cool, excellent. So that's fine. So she gets the 3K VU. So she does the 3K VU. And she gets a 1,600 smoothies task. And she does monster. Why? I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. But this right here is exactly what I'm talking about when I say that I have said this so many times in my videos and people just don't listen, man. Now, it's starting to frustrate me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But I have to be patient with her because of other reasons. But the point is, this should never be done. If you, and this, the reason I'm posting this video is because I want to show you exactly why this is such a crucial mistake. Because she does this, what is the risk factor here? Why do we never touch the monster if it's not worth 2,000 points or higher? Why do we not touch it? Because it can come back. It will, not it can, but it will come back. Now, when it comes back, what is the value going to be? If the value is higher, what's going to happen? You're going to be forced to do it, right? Okay, but you can only attack the monster X amount of times, right? So, and it's on a timer. So that's a really big risk to take, especially for a 1,500 point task that you know is going to come back. Not a matter of if it comes back, it's just a matter of when. The if is the points value. So that is an extremely high risk that it could come back worth 2,000 points or even 2,500 points, which would then take up a 2K placement. That is why it is so important that you do not touch this task. Okay, so not only that, but the smoothies were higher by 100 points. So even if that wasn't the case here, it doesn't make sense why you would do the monster. Then she also had that launch war attack that needed done. So why you would pick this, even under those circumstances, I don't understand. But I'm gonna show you what happens when you do things like this. Okay, so she does the monster, and she gets smacked with a 3,600 point Latin upgrade, which she has to cancel, right? And what did she do? She didn't cancel the upgrade. What did she do? Hang on. Okay, so upgrade war card. Land expansion. Monster. Prepping smoothies. Choice, cancel Latin upgrade, but do it after something else. I have cloth done to pick up, smoothies running but not finished. Oh my god. Really? Okay, so again, that was a huge mistake. Now she's picked up. Look, man, this task here is 1,320 points. It's if it comes back worth 2 rounds, that's a 6-hour downtime. It was at a perfect value to be ignored. It just, and then she had the cloth prepped. Why? Why did she have cloth prepped? 3:58 a.m. is when she sent that. So if she started the contest of mayors at 12 o'clock p.m., she let those factories sit there and prep textiles, which tells me that she prepped feed, collected it once she saw her list, and then prepped text. That's what it sounds like she did. Which, I just, wow. Okay. All right. So again, this is a mistake, and a lot of you guys make these mistakes. So the cloth was a big mistake. So now we've got that problem as well. So then she cancels the up. No, she doesn't. She gets the wood. And what does she do? Let me just choice, cancel, do wood. Okay, so see right here. Choice, cancel Latin, do wood. That right there. You cannot predict your next choice. Cancel Latin and see where you're at. Not cancel Latin and already have a pre-made choice. Another thing that a lot of people make a mistake on. You cannot do that. So now she cancels the Latin. I canceled the Latin and received cargo. What is being done? Okay, so cargo was worth 1,800. And it looks like that was 51 tasks. So she did the wood, and then she did the cargo. When she should have done the cargo. Then she got a 2,000 point monster. Choice is metal. I don't have enough to do 4 attacks on the monster. So now she's got a 2,000 point monster sitting there that's now taking up a very good place value that she cannot do. So she needs to figure out how she's going to do that. New assignment type, not sure what choice is here. Still working on gathering materials for the monster if we choose that one. So what did she do now? What? New list. I have no idea what to choose. This is killing my average. Okay, hold on. So she got the... What did she do? The smoothies? No. I canceled the Latin, received... Hold on. Choice is metal. Okay, so she did the metal. She got the coin thing. The new upgrade thing. I'm confused on what she did. So this is a prime example of what not to do. So let's look at, she's got 11 tasks done, 18,780, so her average is about 1,700. So here's the thing. It's not just about where your average is at, it's also where your list is at, right? So right now she needs to get that monster done. That's her next step. So whether she needs to go to the ward deliveries or ask the group or do repairs or whatever the case may be, she needs to get the items to do her monster attack. That's number one. Get that damn thing cleared out of the way ASAP. Once that's been done, she should be closer to having the smoothies done, which she should have already had on a token by now. Maybe not a gold token, because that's a huge waste of a gold token. They move too quickly. But a silver token, absolutely. The launch war attack, that needs done, but not just yet. Because she has other points worth, or other tasks worth higher points, she needs to get those done. Now, here's the other problem with her list here. Because of these bad choices that she's made and her average is already at risk, her having to cancel that Latin upgrade is going to really hurt her. And she doesn't have a choice. Because of its points value, it will destroy her average even further by allowing it to sit. You guys got to pay really close attention to the risk that you take when you do an assignment. So when you look at opportunity, you're looking at the good that can happen from the assignment that you're doing. Like, hey, I've opened up the opportunity of this, this, and this. But you need to look at the risk. And that's just flat out. Like, you have to remember, what is going to happen by me doing this? What could happen? And if that happens, how badly will that affect me? Right? That is what you need to pay attention to. The top two mistakes that I see right now are people who do low-valued factory productions when they shouldn't, and people who are screwing up their rotation. They're doing tasks, they're rotating their tasks way too early. Okay? They're constantly looking for only better opportunity, but then not taking those better opportunities when they're there. Right? So like somebody could have like a 2,500 task, but then they'll do like a 1,000 point task to open up better opportunity. You have a better opportunity already available, so take it. And then when you don't have better opportunities, when you have no main tasks, that's when you do rotation. So okay, so like right here, it says that she did the 3,600 is the Latin that came in. Okay, I'll have to figure this out when I'm done with the recording. But this is a major, major issue. So did she screw up? Yeah, she screwed up big time. This is a big screw up. Now, it wasn't just the monster that was the screw up. That textiles task was another big screw up. You know, you guys got to remember that you need to take as many points as you possibly can. Now, the next part of this video, and another reason that I'm doing this video, is for these new tasks. So if you guys pay very close attention, this task here, if you got to read the task. You can't just go based on the photo. So like, it shows a little coin, but it says upgrade homes in design challenge. That is an upgrade task. They are trying to get you guys to upgrade. Do not fall for this. You cannot afford to be upgrading. Now, if this does not meet the requirements treat it like any other upgrade, okay? If it doesn't meet the requirements to cancel, do not cancel it. I will update the Contest to Mayor's Guide, but so far I have only seen this task worth 2,400. I don't know if it goes any higher than that as of right now, but if it does not go higher than the 2,400, then you would treat it the same way you would a regular residential, okay? You're not going to cancel it unless you absolutely had to. And that would be under those circumstances, which is extremely rare. Now, when it's 1,600, you know you're not going to cancel it because you run the risk of it coming back again worth a higher value. Another thing that I've noticed is that people are talking about doing these tasks when they're worth a lower value. For instance, somebody had mentioned, oh, I can do this tasks when in a day and a half or whatever, and it's worth like 800 points. And I'm thinking, no. Do not do it if it's worth a low value, because it will, if it comes back, and we don't know enough about these tasks, but if it comes back, it can come back worth higher, and you don't want that. So if you have something in your list that's one of these new tasks that's worth a low value, leave it alone. Don't mess with it. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this posted. Hopefully this is helpful to you guys. And just remember that you guys need to constantly be prepping, you know, certain types of things. I'm going to also show you guys another method here. So somebody in the mayor's group was having or in the contest to mayor's training group was having an issue understanding the factory prep. Okay, so let me explain this to you the best that I can. For instance, he had mentioned that if he has a task worth 60 feed, but he doesn't want to be idle for that long, what should he do? Well, first off, I can't answer that 100% one way because of the fact that I have to see your list to know if it's worth you sitting and being idle or if it's okay to bypass it. But let's say for a minute that you were able to be idle, okay? And that you were able to take that risk and allow it to sit. What would be your best method? He wanted to know, should I clear out all these feed and then start them before bed, or should I leave them sit? Now, here's the thing. If you know you had to make 60 feed and you already have 40 done, then you would clear them out and make the 20, correct? But that would be if you were going to be idle for at least that much time. So like, let's say that you're going to be awake for 7 hours, right? That's enough time to make one round of feed. You would be able to clear out that first round because you would have those 20 done. Then he says, well, then why am I prepping it? What do you mean, why are you prepping it? You're prepping it because if it was to come in worth that value, it's already done. That's why. So what he's saying is, if he preps 40 feet and he gets an assignment to make 60 feet, what should he do if he wants to work around it and be idle, and not be idle? So that would determine on how long you plan to be awake before going to bed. If you plan to only be awake for like 2 or 3 hours, you would have to leave it sit, right? In order for you to have the first round done before going to bed, you would have to leave it sit. But if you know you're going to be up for past 7 hours, then you would be able to collect the first batch, like the first 20, and that way you could work on other factory tasks in the meantime. This would allow you to have those already the second round would already be done, right? So you would be able to collect the 20 and have 20 spaces available if you had another task come in the meantime. But if you're not going to be if you're not going to be awake for long enough to get that first round done again, then you can't do that. And he wasn't understanding what that meant. So hopefully that clears that up for you guys. But try to work on the second half first so that you have those spots open. If you have to make 40 of something, then you have enough spaces to do that. But if you have to make, let's say, 47 of something, that's 2 rounds. So you can either fill up all your factories all day long and have no way to do anything else, or you can make the second batch first and do the 7 or 10, put up 10 in case you accidentally collect 1 or 2. Put up the 10, leave those other 30 spots available so that if you get another task, you can do it, and then do the full batch of them when you're sleeping so that you use the full batch of time when you're asleep, not when you're awake. Makes way more sense to do it that way. Okay, so that pretty much sums that up. Now, when it comes to when should you clear out what you've prepped in your shops? Now, somebody was under the impression that what they should do is they should prep all their shops, and then the moment that they get their list, they should collect everything and prep other stuff. No, that is not what you do. You prep everything. You assess your list. If there's anything in your list that you did not prep that you should prep, you do not clear it all out at once. You do it one at a time, and that way if you get a different task in the meantime, you don't be like, oh shit, I just screwed up. Like, let's say you prepped paint, right? But you get a task for glue. But you're not doing it just yet. So you don't want to clear out all the paint and prep the glue. Because what could happen is you could do a task in the meantime and then get that paint task that's worth more than the glue, and now you just cleared it all out for no reason. But you want to get the glue going. So what you do is you collect the one paint and you put down the one glue, and you keep doing that until you have cycled out all the paint for glue. Okay? Now, just because something's done does not mean that you should collect on it. That's another thing that people have a huge problem with. They just be like, well, I already made it, so I might as well just do it. No. No. That's a big mistake. Okay? Alright, hopefully that helps. And you guys, another thing that would really help you in terms of like speeding up your time is to have things prepared. So I noticed that for a lot of people, you're in a time crunch, right? And so people are like, well, why, how come other people are able to finish so much quicker or whatever? It comes down to how well you do, how well you prep, and how quickly you want to clear your tasks. It has nothing to do with, oh, I need to know how much, like what tasks to do, and I spend so much time looking at my list. It has to do with being able to do your tasks when they come across your plate. Don't wait until you get a certain task to start then looking for the stuff, right? So, like, for instance, what a lot of people do is they wait until their flight assignment comes in, then they start looking for the stuff that they need. What they should do is look at what it's asking for, and if they know that that's a possibility, then they should have already started hunting these items down. You may not need, you may not know the quantity, but you have a pretty good idea of what it may ask for. It's not going to ask you for 20 freaking lawnmowers, okay? The most it's probably going to ask you for is like 4. When it comes to planks, it's very possible that it could ask you for like 12 planks. So get those done. Have the things that you need, like hammers. That a lot of these flights, especially for low-level players, they're going to ask for like 16 hammers. So make sure you have that stuff. You guys have more than enough space at your level to be well prepared for the contest. I mean, it's really hard for me to sit here and be like, oh, you guys are having such a hard time, poor you, when you've got people that are, high level who have like 20 times the items unlocked that you have and are working with the same amount of space. There's no reason why the level 24 players should have any trouble whatsoever being prepared for the contest or being prepared for epic projects. You guys have like 600 to 700 space and have like 25% of the items unlocked. I mean, seriously? How can you not be prepared? If you think that's hard, wait until you unlock another 200 items. I mean, seriously. It gets that bad, especially when a lot of you guys, you're not holding airport items because you're not doing airport upgrades. You're not holding beach. You're not holding mountain. I mean, most of you guys have the dozer unlocked, so you're not holding a shit ton of metal and wood and plastic. I mean, you guys should have no problem being prepped. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. I don't know who you're fooling, but if I can prep and do an epic in 15 minutes with every single item in the game unlocked, then there's no excuses. Alright, I'm going to get this posted. Hopefully it helps you guys out. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. You can hit me up on Facebook. I'm not accepting anybody into CoM training right now. I got my hands full with the people that I'm dealing with already. So a few of the people aren't going to be in CoM training much longer because I don't see progress. And if I don't see progress, I'm not going to waste my time and yours. You'll have to study the videos and the guide and then come back to me when you can show me that you're going to make more progress. But I'll talk to you guys about that in the group. Okay?